Hey everyone, my name is Kendrick Coleman, and today I'm here to introduce you to the MonsterRemote. Now, the MonsterRemote is an application I developed to actually be a remote control for the MonsterShield prop controller. So let's go check it out real quick. So over here, we actually have the MonsterShield. The MonsterShield is a prop controller that you can get over at hauntsoft.com. Now, in my configuration, I have the MonsterShield on top, the expander board sandwiched in between that and the Arduino. And on the outside here, we have 4 different boards with relays on top, so I can control up to 16 different relays. I also have a little bit of modification for power, but don't pay any attention to that. But really all I want to be able to show you here is the application that I made. So this is actually a Ruby on Rails application, and the MonsterRemote in itself is an ability for me to actually be able to trigger whatever animation I want and be able to send that command to the MonsterShield to be able to play that animation. So how am I actually sending these commands from this iPhone into the MonsterShield? Well, first, this is running on a Ruby on Rails application, so I need a Rails server to be able to host all of that. So over here, I actually have a Raspberry Pi. This Raspberry Pi is my Rails server. Now, connected to there, I have my wireless USB dongle, which is a high-gain antenna. It's just what I had laying in the basement. Now, this Raspberry Pi is also connected into a powered USB hub. The powered USB hub is required because you need to be able to give your MonsterShield ample power to be able to trigger all the relays it needs. Now, the powered USB hub is then connected into the power jack, the USB power jack of the Arduino itself. So then that's how power is supplied to it. So let's go ahead and take a look at actually submitting or pushing in using the remote control. So right here, I'll go ahead and click on scene 8. If I click on that, you can see that the MonsterShield is changing, and now it's setting off scene 8. Pretty cool. So what else is available inside of this application in itself? Now, since I wrote it in Ruby on Rails, I can access it from a smartphone, from a tablet, or even from a regular web browser. So with inside the regular web browser right here, if I go to the settings page, I can actually go through and I can change all the sequence names to anything that seems unique to me. So if I need to be able to remember exactly how I set a scene up, or if I want to enable or disable a slot, I can go to the edit and be able to do that. I can also change the ambient scene, so if I want to be able to start or stop the ambient settings. Now I can also change the playback mode to be sequential, random, or to be able to play a single slot the entire time. So there's a lot more stuff that's actually built into this. So there's another settings page for the Raspberry Pi in itself. So if you go down the very bottom, we actually have a button down here that we can use to actually shut down our Raspberry Pi at the end of the night, because we don't really want to ruin the integrity of our Linux file systems. So what we can do is actually just send a command to shut down the Raspberry Pi, and we can turn off power to it, then plug power back in, and then wait a few minutes, and then the Rails server should be up and running again. But as I said, this is the remote control for the MonsterShield itself. So if I go ahead and press this button right here, select scene 4, we can see that it's going to go ahead, change to scene 4, and it's going to set it off. Pretty cool. So if you want to learn more about this project, or you want to learn how to install it and be able to use it on your own MonsterShield, go to kendrickcoleman.com. There's an entire Ruby on Rails section where you can actually go and you can read the tutorial on how to install this. Or you can go download it at github/KACole2 is the username, and /monster_remote. And you can download it, view the README, and be able to figure all that out. Again, there's another link to my blog on there to be able to learn how to install it. Thanks again for checking it out, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave comments on my blog. Thanks.